Hey, everybody, welcome to the Rock Shop with Ralph, your source for all things entertainment. Tonight, I'm really excited for this one. We have none other than Mr. John Fiore. You may know him from Law and Order as Pafachi, but what I mostly know him from is The Sopranos, the greatest show ever to be on television. Let's give a warm welcome for Mr. John Fiore.
Hi, Ralph. Thank you.
How are you, John?
I'm good, man. It's all good. We're all getting through the pandemic and all that, and just doing the best we can, right?
Right. Well, everyone is.
Yeah.
I actually work for the city in the snow, and I've been working 12-hour shifts,
No
7 days a
kidding.
week for the past 2 weeks. Yeah, up here in
Wow.
New York. So it's been tough, and the pandemic has hit us hard. But thank God I'm working.
Yeah,
But
that's good, man. Good for you.
thank you. This has been a long time coming. I'm a huge fan. Anybody that knows me knows how much. Oh, I actually have my Sopranos picture up there.
I see it there. Yeah.
Yeah, right there, next to my Goodfellas picture. And
Right.
but anybody that knows me knows that I'm a huge Sopranos fan. So let's get started from the beginning, Mr. Fiore.
Sure.
You got your break in one of my favorite movies growing up, One Crazy Summer. Now, some people might know it, some people do know it. This was starred John Cusack, Demi Moore, Bobcat Goldthwait, the football player John Matuzak, and that was like your first break, right?
Yeah. I mean, it was one of my first breaks. It was many years ago, as you know. Now, my screen time, what I am in the movie is minuscule. The memorable thing to me was, as an actor, right? Anytime you get hired, especially when you're younger, because you don't, you think you're on your way. You think you're really on your way. I got hired. It was racing boats. I don't know if you remember the scene.
Yeah,
On sailboats.
Yeah.
So the job was to be on a sailboat, and it was like a week, and they put us up in a hotel down on the Cape here in Massachusetts. Beautiful, right? And we're on this sailboat, sailing around for a week, different days. And the night before one of the shoots, we drank B-52s, shots of B-52s. Next day, I was young, got the boat. I felt great. About halfway through, I'm like this. That's why I remember this movie so well. Beautiful sailboat. I had to puke so bad. I went down below. And I was like this, looking around. It was a huge boat. I found a corner to heave in a bunch of times. Sick to my stomach, go back up, go back down. So the owners of the boat were on there, and they were really cool. I said, listen, down below, they go, that's okay.
That's all right.
As soon as we hit land, I was instantly cured like that. It was unbelievable. Like, wow. I was like this for 3 hours.
Yeah. And Jeremy Piven was in that movie as well.
Yeah.
So
that's why I remember that movie very well.
Yeah. What was it like working with Demi Moore? She became a huge star.
It was so long ago. Everybody was so young. I remember her mainly from being in the hotel bar, all of us having a drink or two. That was that B-52 day. That was a real session of boozing. And everybody was pleasant. But then, like I said, when I did my thing, I was on a boat with a certain group of people, and they were on another boat. So I wasn't really with them. I was with the Australian guys.
Yeah. All right. Well,
yeah. But it was fun.
So you were on your way with that movie, which I really do love. I'm telling you, I love that. They actually call that movie Better Off Dead on the Water, because the previous movie he did was Better Off Dead.
Right.
The same director, Savage Steve Holland, directed that Better Off Dead as well.
Yeah.
And then you started Mystic Pizza with Julia Roberts.
It's another one. That was a modern day classic, if you will. Right. It's still going strong.
Still holds up.
That's what you would call a modern day sort of classic, in the sense that everybody loves it. It was just on again. You can tell by the residuals you get. Certain things you do, they go away, and you don't get anything anymore because it's a dog. It's over.
Right.
This one here, because you get
still getting those
it's not
checks.
bad. It just shows it's really in the rotation. You know what I mean? It's kind of timeless,
Oh yeah, that was a good movie. It's a chick flick.
Oh yeah. It feels good.
Right. Then what I recognized when you got the part with The Sopranos, which we're going to get to, I recognized you because I'm a big Law and Order fan as well. You played Profaci on Law and Order. That was like your most screen time thus far, correct?
Yeah, that was like kind of my longest gig, if you will. I mean, I
Yeah.
did like 56, 57 episodes over the span of it. And then the culmination being in the Exile Sunday Night Movie of the Week was my finale.
Yeah.
But it was basically an offshoot of Law and Order. That's when
Exile.
the NBC Sunday Night Movie of the Week was a big deal. Remember, it was like pre-cable. And the whole nation, it was Sunday night, 9 p.m. It was like, whoa.
And you're glued to it like Dynasty. And well,
it was a big deal. It was a big deal back then. And but that was my exit. But that was a good gig for me because it lasted so long. I remember Dick Wolf saying to me, they had run about 10 years then. And they presented this Exile to me. Go, listen, it's a good role, but you're done.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, I don't want to be done. He goes, John, we've been on for 10 years. How much longer can we go? Well, guess what? They went another 10 years.
I know, right? And they're still going.
And they're still going.
And Profaci got nailed all because of the fingerprints on the mattress.
The mattress,
right?
Which I didn't think fingerprints could stay on a mattress.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, John, you were so believable in that. I mean, you know, is it hard for you to get typecast? I mean, I know you want to make a living out of being an actor, and basically all your roles are cops, mobsters, you know, or the newest stuff that you're doing, which we'll get to towards the end of the interview. But
yeah.
I mean, do you mind being typecast?
You know, honestly, I really don't. I don't mind actually one bit in a sense. The only thing I mind is sometimes I've gone in and out of intensity in this business. There's some years I didn't do a lot. Some of it was me, some of it's them. Right. You know, like, whatever. You know, I'm not into it. Chasing stuff around. The only thing I wish at times I had done more. You know what I mean? And like I said, some of it was my doing. But no, I enjoy it. I mean, now I'm having a resurgence, if you will, of stuff happening.
Well, definitely, you definitely are.
Yeah.
I see the resume, and we'll talk about it. Well, you did Law and Order, and now this is the elephant in the room, of course. Now, before we get to the Sopranos, is there any movies that you have done or any TV shows that you wanted to do that you didn't get? Like I know you audition all the time. Is there something that you thought you were on the cusp of getting and then you just didn't get it?
Well, I don't know if I was on the cusp to them. You know what I mean? Like to the powers that be that make the decisions. I know I wanted to be on Boardwalk Empire. You know,
I would love to see you in that.
Yeah, I did. I had one audition for it early on. It wasn't the best match for me. The role of Johnny Torrio. Yeah, Johnny Torrio. If you know mob stuff, I'm not Johnny Torrio.
Right.
You know, so but I thought maybe something else would come along. That was a show I kind of wanted to be involved with because Terrence Winter is one of the great talents and
one of the writers from The Sopranos.
Yeah, and a legitimately, seriously, like no bullshit, good guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a regular normal person.
Right.
Which is so.
Yeah, I mean, I could see you on like Ray Donovan. I mean,
that's another one. That's
which Robert Funaro, who's a friend.
Yes,
I'd like to get him on the show. I love him.
Oh, he's great.
Sopranos too. Yeah,
nice
he was on Ray Donovan, and then they canceled the freaking show.
Can't believe it.
Isn't it coming back? Cut me off. I mean,
but I thought it was. Are they going to come back in like one? I thought I remember this. Is it? I know.
I didn't hear anything. But anyway, I can see you on that show.
Was like my favorite show lately, right? Last few years.
What else? I mean,
and that was weird. Yeah.
Yeah, they just cut it off, and he was on that. But so now we get to my all-time favorite TV show,
right?
The Sopranos. How'd you get the part on that?
All right, so I'm down in New York, and I got an audition. It was the second season. The first season, I didn't really, was just catching on. I wasn't tuning in on Sunday nights, at that time. I heard about it. I remember being at a friend's house in California. He was mentioning it. He goes, great show. I go, I haven't gotten into it yet, And I watched a couple of episodes, like out of sequence. Like we picked it up, I don't know, say the fifth, sixth episode onward. I watched a couple. That one's pretty good.
Right.
And then I went back and I ended up seeing them somehow. Somebody had VHS tapes or whatever, and I caught up. Then I remember going, ooh, this is a show. I'd love to be on this show. And then the second season, I got a call to audition for it. And that was it. I went down there, and I remember walking into the room and there was David Chase and everybody else. And other people will tell you this too. So when you walked in the room, sometimes you know, there's 1, 2 people. There was like a whole group of people there.
You're talking about the actors
went,
like Dan Lafini and Michael?
No, just like the producers, writers, you know, the behind the scenes people, the decision makers.
Right.
And I remember I had these leopard shoes on that I wore because the character description was a little bit flashy. I got them from the Law and Order movie, Exiled. Another actor wore them. They were on the facing was leopard skin, really snazzy, like show business, rock and roll shoes.
Little village people.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, like great rock and roll shoes. So I wore them. And I remember my line when I walked in the room was, because I only like a couple of lines for the audition. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's hard when you have to take 2 lines. There's nothing there. So I walked in there and I said, "You're going to see a lot of good actors here today. Nobody's out acting these shoes." And I got a big laugh.
That's good.
And I could feel it. I go, I got this. I think I got this role. Because the description, I was right on the money at the time. You know, it was me, the way they described the character, right? And then I said that about the shoes. And somebody else, I had funky socks on too. Somebody goes, "I love the socks." I go, "Yeah, the socks." So I felt like I think I'm gonna get, and I got it. I think I only did the one scene in season 2, one episode, and then the season 3.
That's when Gigi started taking.
Beautiful.
The character you played, everybody knows, and I've been getting a lot of calls and emails. Gigi Sistone. Now, I'm from Ozone Park, Queens. Now, you know who came from Ozone Park. Everybody knows it. And I got to tell you, I got to tell you.
I should have played him.
Okay. But I got to tell you this, John. Now, Gigi was the most believable character on that show as far as one of the guys. The way you rocked that Sergio Tacchini suit. I mean, in Ozone Park, you went into any Italian deli, they were next to the semolina bread, those suits. You know, you walk in, you say, "Oh, let me get 2 tacchinis, 2 loaves of semolina, and give me a pair of decks." That's what you did. But Gigi was the most, and I mean this, John, and I don't bullshit. I don't bullshit. I'm a fan first and foremost. Gigi rocked that show. "We're trying to have a fucking meeting here." How many times you hear that one?
I've heard it a lot. It's a good one, man.
This stuff is like spackle in my bowels.
Oh yeah, no, I got some good. Everybody gets great lines in that show, and you know when the dust settled, I had a half dozen great lines to remember. You know.
What about this one? Let's face it. The guy wasn't too smart to begin with. Come on, a little levity.
Great,
right? Joey
that
Pants.
Was a great day. I remember that scene very well because it was a bunch of us in that hospital room,
right?
And it was a good group, and I remember it very well.
Gannis Scully was there, yeah, and he says, "This fucking Mustang Sally, he's a real fucking whack job. He threw somebody off the mezzanine last year. Remember, over a hot dog? Too many onions, this shit. You know, fuck."
Oh, it's tremendous. That writing is unbelievable.
John, the lines that are in that show.
Yeah.
Me and my friends, we recite them all the time. Who do you think had the best lines in that show?
You know, it's Ralph. Sometimes I say Tony does because he has so many. You know what I mean? He's so great. But then you go, well, Uncle Junior has good. And then Tony's Paulie Walnut. It's something. It's a tough one, man.
Well, to me, it was always Uncle Junior and Christopher. Christopher was like,
and Christopher.
You know, was it ever? You think it's a coincidence that Lou Gehrig died from Lou Gehrig's disease? You remember that one? Or is that
incredible?
Is that a fucking catheter? He would say, Uncle Junior, the feds are so far up my ass, I could taste Brill cream. It's just they kept going on and on. But
tremendous.
So Gigi was put in charge of the crew over Joey Pants, who played Ralph Cifaretto.
Right.
And then you get the call.
That was not a good phone call. Yeah, no. So, right. Prior to that, they keep the scripts and the everything's top secret. You know what I mean? So, I didn't know anything too much in the future, and all of us were that way, legitimately, not just me, but guys with bigger roles. You didn't know who was going to live, who was going to die, what was going to happen. People would say, "Did you see the next script? Am I in it? Am I dead? What's up?" For real. And I remember Chase saying to me one day in the hallway, he stopped and goes, "I love everything you're doing on the show. And I went,
But-
"Ooh, yeah." That was
But-
like the kiss of death.
Right. There you
So
go.
he said that to me. I remember going like this, like, "Ooh." And then James Gandolfini said to me one time, he goes, "Hey, they love you, man." And I go, "Good. Yeah, great." So then, just a few weeks later,
There you go.
I get the phone call, and it was pre-cell phone, it's house phone,
Yeah.
answering machine.
Oh, on the answering machine.
The
Oh
old
my God.
days.
That's like
No,
breaking
he
up with a girl on the answering machine.
Well, he didn't dump me on the answering machine. He did call in though. Said, "John David Chase, can you give me a call, please?" And it was early in the morning. And I thought at that point, I thought it was good. I really thought it was good news. I swear to God, I thought he was going to offer me, like, I thought it was something good.
Right.
But yeah, so I was even analyzing the voice, the tone of the voice, like, because he was kind of upbeat. He didn't say,
Yeah.
So I call right back. Of course, he's not there all day now. 9, 10, 12, 5 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday. He calls. I go, "Hey, David, how's it going?" He goes, "John, this is a call I hate to make."
Oh boy.
I went, "Oh no."
Uh,
And it was like a real death. I mean, if
Yeah.
you heard me, you'd think somebody really died. I go, "Oh my God.
oh boy.
How? When?"
Yeah.
Oh man. It was like it was because that's how it is to the actors of the character. You know what I mean? And then I go, oh, it blows your mind talking about a mind, fucking buzzkill, right?
Yeah. Well,
Like-
the how was everybody knows how Gigi dies. That was like one of the best death scenes in The Sopranos. If you want to call it a death scene, he died.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I just talked about that today. Someone said, "Do you wish it was that way or another way?" I go, "I wish it was another way, but I'd have to pick the way at this point." You know what I mean? Because saying they took that away from me and it was just like nondescript, then there wouldn't be a cap on my like soprano career.
Well, the
You know
cap
what I
on
mean?
your Sopranos career. Don't forget, Tony mentions you at the Made in America when he offers.
That was quite a tribute to get mentioned in the end.
He says,
I
Paulie
remember,
goes, Ralphie MIA, Gigi, fucked up. Gigi died taking a shit on the toilet.
I was stunned. I took that as a sign of respect and remembrance by the writers. Or
Right?
something.
Yeah. You listen, John. As a fan, I'm telling you, man. You did that show. I give you.
Thank you, Rob.
You're
Thank
so
you.
believable. You're so believable
Thank
on that show. Everybody from Ozone Bog, and believe me, there was a lot of people said they're like, Gigi's the man. He's the guy, man. Rocking that suit, the way you carried yourself. It was so believable.
Yeah, because I wasn't over the top. I was a little, I was like a regular. Right? We've been around this stuff.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, you had the nice hair. You had the suit. You're rocking it. You didn't take any shit. But so now you leave The Sopranos, and then you started doing some movies. One of the movies I want to point out to you that I liked, that I seen, was Black Irish.
Oh yeah.
You were in that movie, but
yeah.
And I didn't recognize the one kid that was in there is Tom Gurry. He played Smalls in Sandlot.
Oh, did he?
You're killing me, Smalls. Yeah. Melissa Leo is in that one. Brandon Gleeson, Michael Rispoli. That was Francis Capra, who was in The Bronx Tale. He played C in a Bronx Tale. He was in that.
Yeah, no, that was a good little movie. Quiet movie, but good.
Yeah, but I like those, John. Some of those independent movies, I really do like them. I'm going to name a few of them as well. And then you did Brotherhood with Jason.
That was
Isaacs.
a great. Yeah, see, I enjoyed that thoroughly. I mean, my gangster role on that was way bigger than Gigi.
Yeah.
The only thing
Alfonso
is,
Nozelli.
It was on Showtime.
Right.
When Showtime was HBO's little cousin. Now it's not like that anymore.
They had Ray Donovan on there.
Now they're pretty even, and sometimes Showtime even seemed better than HBO. But at that point, in my opinion anyway, Showtime was not as prestigious. The show, the critics liked it, but it never really got the numbers.
John, this is the thing I can't stand about cable. You get so attached to a show. Because there's so much shit going on out there, and you start watching a show, you just get into it, and they we can say fuck anyway. They cancel it. And that was one of them, it was taken off, and then they cancel it on you,
Yeah, I mean, it's really too bad because like at that very time frame, for example, if the Brotherhood was on HBO at that time, they probably would have nurtured it a little more.
Right.
And like then it gets into the groove and then it goes. This one here languished on Showtime at, I don't know, but Sunday nights, which is fine, but it might have been 10 o'clock, whatever it was. It kind of faded off, but it was a great show.
It definitely was a great show. And then a couple of notable ones you did was Person of Interest with Jim Caviezel.
Yeah.
You know, that's was a great show. You know,
yeah, that was good.
And one of the movies I wanted to point out that you did as well was you did Patriots Day with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Patriot Day. And you did Bleed for This with Miles Teller about Pazienza.
Yes. Yeah. I didn't do a lot in that one. I did Chappaquiddick, which is a good one. I did a nice role in that.
I was going to mention
with
that.
The Kennedy fiasco.
Yeah.
The Lion of the Senate, you know, right?
Yeah, that wasn't a cover-up.
No. You and I could get away with that, right, Ralph?
Well, I don't know about me. Maybe you're better looking than me. But I know you got to run because you have a lot of stuff going on, but you got a lot of stuff coming up. I see you got a lot of movies. One's The Family's Feud.
Yeah.
The Mick and the Tick.
Yes.
And who's in The Mick and the Tick? Federico Castellucci.
Federico's in it, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's going to be a good one.
Give me $1,000.
No, it's going to be a good one. I'm in the movie Coda, which just got the biggest deal ever post Sundance. It was sold to Apple TV for $25 million.
Wow! So you don't have to work anymore, right?
Oh, no, I wish. It's rumored to possibly be an Academy Award winner, which would be nice. You know what I mean? I don't have a great big role, but I'm in it nicely. And as long as you're in it, it's good to be in it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And I wanted to point out too on that the one with the Federico is Armin Garrow was in that as well. And
Armin's great.
He played Coco in The Sopranos.
Yeah.
And he also was in The Departed. I love his lines in there. You remember?
Armin's excellent. Yeah, we talk all the time.
He says, "You bought a store in an Irish neighborhood. These are dirty, dirty people."
He's great, man. He was
tremendous. A cop, right?
Yeah.
He was a cop. Yeah, he's very intimidating, and he was another one. What's that?
He's got a great look, and he's a great actor.
Point being is, John, I'm telling you, he's very intimidating. He's also believable. You know, you got these guys.
He's very believable.
Listen, from the neighborhood, I've seen it all. You know who's full of shit and who's not. He was one of the guys that you could say Coco was Coco. You know what I mean?
Beautiful. He was awesome.
And then the one movie, I posted this one on my my page as well. I posted a lot of stuff on the page, and all the girls telling me X and this, X and that, X and this, X and that. But this one you're doing, and you're playing at a character. You're playing a general in Two Dead End, correct?
Yeah. Z Dead End.
Oh,
yeah,
Z Dead End. I'm
Z.
sorry. See, I messed that one up. Damn it.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to do that because
that's a zombie.
I've never really done a movie like that. It's a zombie movie, and I'm not, I haven't been a big, zombie follower.
Everybody's at Walking Dead's one of my favorite shows now.
Yeah, no, it's a great script, and I think it's gonna be a good one. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be great.
Well, John, I look forward to anything you do, and I'm being honest with you. I can't see you playing a general, but I'm gonna tune into that one because you're playing a general in that one. It's like General Gigi there. Like he's like, oh. No,
I think
get the fucking M16s. We're having a fucking meeting here.
I know. I'll be a different kind of general.
Listen, whatever pays the bills, right?
Right. I think I think it is sort of a different general, but still, I'm general. I gotta be honest. I never thought of myself as general material either, but I guess I am.
And you have that actor Robert Lasardo who's in it as well. He's around my area. He's been in movies, and everybody knows. If you see him, you know him. He always has the shaved head with the tattoos all over the place.
Yeah.
He was in most recently in The Mule with Clint Eastwood.
Oh yeah, he's done a ton. Yeah, he's great.
Oh, and George Lazenby is in that too. 007. How many people can say they did a movie with 007?
Did you see the documentary on him?
I didn't get to see that one yet.
You have to see it. It's something that I kind of like, click in it, and I stayed with it. It's fascinating. I think it's on Epics or something. You have to, or whatever.
Let me write that. I'll
look it up. Amazon or wherever it is. It's somewhere. It is absolutely amazing.
Okay. I mean, and lastly, I want to make sure I mention this. You're becoming a podcast host too, right?
I am. Yeah.
What's going on with that?
Well, we've done a few. We're going to cut them up, and put them together and like release doses, kind of get a bunch in the bag. And it's called Be a Man. It's comedic about the assault on masculinity and our little humorous take on it of how to be a man. Some of it's pretty absurd. It's a lot of joking around and silliness, but I think it's going to be pretty good.
Yes, what you do with Frank Santarelli,
like stuff like that.
Who played Georgie on The Sopranos? Because I follow you all over Facebook, and I'm always commenting.
Yeah.
And you're a great guy. You answer everything, and I find them funny. I laugh all the time because I picture Frank getting hit with the fucking ice bucket. Ice, Tony, it melts.
He's great, Frank.
He was so good in that. I mean, he was so stupid, but so good.
He's so good. Man.
What I mean?
Guy, he's a great actor too.
Yeah, I'd love to have him on. I mean, maybe there's always a next time. But and one last thing I wanted to ask you, John, Sopranos Con. You going to be involved with that?
Well, I was at the first one, which was unbelievable. I mean, it was mind blowing. That
they're supposed to have another one.
50, yeah, I'm going to be there. 15,000 people showed up from all over the world. Literally.
Yeah.
It was a massive success. And it was great. It was incredible that we met people that came from Egypt, Germany, all over just to be there. It's unbelievable.
John, you're talking about the best show on television.
Yeah.
I mean, really, in my opinion, and a lot of people say the same thing.
I agree.
And you're part of it, man. So you can't take that from you.
No, something. I guess if you're going to be on whatever amount of shows, it's a good one to be on, right?
Last question, I promise. Talking Sopranos, how come you haven't been on that?
That's a very, very good question.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, I think there's a little something going on. You know what I mean? There's no reason I shouldn't be.
No shit.
They've had lesser people than me. You agree? I don't really
absolutely
listen to it. I just see what it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to start rumors or anything, but you think is it the host? Is it the producers? Is it? Or you don't want to say?
The latter of what you said. No.
Okay.
The former.
All right.
Yeah. No. It's probably something like that.
It's probably.
They got maybe.
Probably
they got some issues or hangups. Whatever.
Oh, whatever. Come on. It's so fucking.
Something.
Like
I really don't give a shit, Ralph. They can fuck themselves. You know what I mean?
Why wouldn't you want to have Gigi on there? Come on, man. I'm going to have to make a call. Don't worry about it. See, I'm from Ozone Park. We make things happen. Don't worry about it.
At this point, even if they asked me, I'd say, I don't.
Listen, you were on the Rock Shop with Ralph. Don't worry about talking Sopranos.
That's all.
On my show. You had a fan interviewing you first and foremost that knows more about the show that they probably know about. So fuck them.
Exactly right. I'm glad, man. I'm on it.
But John, all the best to you. I wish you continued success. I really, really do appreciate you coming on my show. Thanks for looking out for the little guy. And the women still love you. I know you're married, happily married, but all I got was calls from the women. Ask them this, ask them that. And some of the questions I couldn't ask you, John. So,
well, you tell me off the air. You can email them to me. Let me know what they said.
Yeah. But John, all the best to you, and we'll look out for you on your podcast, on the movies that are coming out, and hopefully some TV roles that are coming your way. Thank you very much,
sir.
John.
Thank you, Ralph.
You got it.
I appreciate it, man.
And